What's going on, everybody? It's EricRayweather back here helping you take your game to the next level. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you which coverages stop all of the popular routes in Madden 18. Now, if this is your first time checking out one of my videos and you want to improve your Madden game, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. Make sure to hit the bell icon so that you join the notification squad and never miss an upload. So what's going on, guys? Like I said, today I'm going to be going over which coverages absolutely shut down all of the popular routes in Madden 18. This is something that I took from the comment section, constantly getting asked how to stop certain routes in the game. So I figured just compile a few of those into a video, just kind of make like a defensive 101 type video of just basic coverages you can check to when you know a certain route is coming, when you know your opponent wants to throw a certain route and you're able to shut it down. So the first one we're going to talk about is the one that I get asked more than anything else, and that is, how do you stop the out routes on the outside, the deep out routes, the ones you smart route, or sometimes they're just stock deep out routes like in this play right here. Now this is very easy to stop, but I think if you don't know which coverage to check to, it can be frustrating. So obviously you're playing a game against somebody and they're throwing a lot of these out routes. They're, every time it's a third or fourth down and they need that big first down, they're checking to an out route. People that use a lot of smart routed out routes, they usually check to them when they're in that crucial situation and they're desperate for the first down. So it's easy to get a read on people that play like this. Okay, it's third down, he's going to try to go to that out route. You don't want to be in a cover 3 or a cover 4 because it's easier for these out routes to get open on the outside against those coverages. If you're expecting a deep out route, you want to check to a Tampa 2 every single time, because those cloud flats on the outside have the best chance at stopping this. Now, will they dumb out every once in a while and your opponent still catch the ball? Yeah, because that's just Madden. It happens sometimes. But the majority of the time, they're going to either intercept this or they're going to be in position to knock it down. You see there, we threw it and Darby gets the interception, and that's going the other way for 6. That will happen a lot if someone is just trying to force these deep out routes on you, and you run a Tampa 2 and they're just going to throw it, blindly throw it because they expect it to be open. A lot of times you're going to go the other way for 6, and I tried to throw that one right there, and of course we got block shedded. So we're going to run it again. Just going to spy a couple of these guys on the defensive line because I don't want to get block shedded here. I want you to actually be able to see what's going on so I can get the pass off. So here we try it on the other side, and again, you see now this time it's Mills with the pick, and again, he's going to go all the way back for 6. That is what's going to happen against people. Wonder if Dion Lewis can catch us. No, he can't. But that's what's going to happen against people that like to force out routes. If you check to that Tampa 2, not only are you going to have a really good chance of intercepting them, but when you do, you're likely going to take it back for 6. So you're actually going to get points out of that. So anytime you're worried about deep out routes, check to a Tampa 2. It is the safest coverage against that. Like I said, will they dumb out every once in a while? Will the receiver get a ridiculous, spectacular catch, crazy animation and catch it? Yeah, that's just Madden. But more times than not, it will stop it and it will intercept the ball. So while we're still in this play here, the next thing I'm going to talk about is the post route. A lot of people have trouble with the post route over the middle. If you're expecting a post route, if someone's loving to throw a post route, your best bet is running a cover 3. And in my opinion, I like to take my deep safety. Usually it's going to be your free safety. I like to bring him down in the box a little bit like this. I do that because I feel like by the time the post is cutting over the middle, he's going to be like right where the post is cutting. Whereas if you just kind of leave him back here, there's a chance that he drifts a little bit too far back and the post is able to cut underneath him, and they can get like a possession catch animation and kind of fall down right in front of the safety. So what I do is I'll go to a cover 3 if I'm expecting a post, if I just know that's what he wants to throw. I mean, obviously you could user defend it yourself, but if you're looking to user somewhere else on the field and you want the CPU defender to stop it, go to a cover 3, kind of bring him down in the box around where the linebackers are, and it's going to put him in the best position to pick it off. Now again, will he dumb out sometimes? Yeah, because that's Madden, but it's going to put him in the best position. You see, we try to throw the post, and because he was not too deep back, he was kind of right in the area where the post was cutting, and he was able to pick it off. So if you're expecting a post, go cover 3, drag that safety down a little bit closer to where the linebackers are. The faster your free safety, the better, just in case he has that makeup speed to recover, so he doesn't get beat deep as well. So definitely having some speed at your safety position can, definitely be helpful for you. So the next thing we're going to look at is drag routes. I always get asked, that's another one that I, for years, how do you stop drag routes? Drag routes are OP. they're really not hard to stop. The only thing with drag routes is you sometimes have to give up a little bit more sometimes to stop a drag route. Like, you might give up the deep route because you're not just going to shut down drag routes and shut down everything else. So one thing you can do, you know, typically I would have, you know, in past said, you know, go cover 2, shade underneath, but and that will shut them down. For example, this is one way to shut it down. If you're just expecting nothing but drags and you don't think your opponent has the capacity to go to the next level of the field and make a different read, if you think he's just going to throw drags and he is just dead set tunnel vision on throwing drags, go cover 2 and go underneath coverage. The way you do underneath coverage is by pressing wire triangle and then down on the right stick. That will shade your coverage underneath. And if you think they're going to run drags, they got no shot. I mean, you see right there, they're clamping down on it immediately. You're going to get very minimal yards. Wait, I'm on the wrong controller. You're going to get very minimal yards, or it'll possibly get picked off if they wait too long. If you use her over the middle, it's going to make it a little bit better. But you're going to see that you try to throw these drags, they're clamping down on it immediately. Now, there Gronk actually dropped the ball because there's just too many defenders in the area. So again, cover 2, shade underneath. This is just if you're going up against somebody that just does not have the capacity to make, you know, next level reads. If they're just gonna see, like right there, the cornerback almost jumped that for a pick, and you're gonna get very minimal yards on it. You might get 2 or 3 yards, but a lot of times it's gonna get picked off. Now, another way to do this, if let's just say, for example, if you're playing an opponent that's good at making reads and he can go to the next level, you'll be better off running like a cover 3 and shading that underneath. So wire triangle down on the right stick, you shade your cover 3 underneath, and then I like to base a line and press it in this situation because this is going to help you also stop the next level of the field with the corner routes. If like I said, if you're playing an opponent that's smart enough to go to the next level of the field, if they're not just going to lock in on the drags. So here you'll see again, and this in my opinion stops it better than cover 2 because you see the hook zones just play more aggressive in a cover 3. I'm not exactly sure why. I think it's because they're hook curls in a cover 3, whereas in a cover 2 they're vert hooks. So the vert hooks in a cover 2, even when you shade underneath, they're not going to play as aggressive. So really this year, cover 3 shading underneath is the best way to stop drags. It's actually better than a cover 2 underneath because you see how those hook curls are playing more aggressive. It really limits the yards you can get on these drags. You're going to get 3 yards tops, and you know that's your best case scenario. Like I said, if you base a line and press your defense, it's going to make it even better because you're going to limit corner routes because of the deep zone being pressed. So again, you see we'll try to go to these drags here. That time it actually got decently, got about 4 yards, but you're really going to limit it. You're not going to get any yards after the catch with these drags, and that's what you want to do, is just limit it as best as possible. It's still, you know, drags are still hard to limit, you know, for less than a couple yards, but if you can hold them to 2-3 yards, not give them any yards after catch, hit stick them when you catch them, it's going to do wonders for you, not letting them take a drag 10 to 15 yards up the field. So now the next thing we're going to look at is what to do if you're, I mean, this is something, you know, let me just preface this. You know, this is something I've talked about 1,000,001 times this year, but I'm going to put it in this video again because it is such an important tip. What to do if you're not sure if your opponent's going to run or pass. The best thing to do in those situations is run a cover 4. Why would you run a cover 4? Because a cover 4 is the best run defense stock covered because your safeties are run first defenders. That's why a lot of people run the 3-4 odd, the cover 4 drop show 2 that you see online time and time again, because you have a lot of guys in coverage against the pass, so there's not any big windows open, but it also is good against the run because it's a cover 4. So if someone's in shotgun and they mix up run and pass very well, if they, you know, keep you off balance and you're not sure what to run, you want to run a cover 4 because at least you're going to have your bases covered. Now, they might beat you with the pass, or they might get a decent run on you. It's not impossible, but you're putting your defense in the best position to succeed. You have enough guys on the field to stop the pass, but you can also stop the run as well. Now, something I like to do with cover 4 is I always shade underneath, just wire triangle down on the right stick. I always shade underneath with my cover 4s. And typically, if I'm in a cover 4 because I'm just trying to be balanced and I'm just not sure, you know, it's first down, I don't know if they want to run or pass, I will usually show blitz, which is wire triangle and then left on the left stick, because that's going to bring my safeties further down into the box. So if I try to go run the ball here, you see how those safeties just attacked so quickly? I didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage there. We'll go to the replay. Like I said, you know, if you've been around this channel enough this year, I've talked about this time and time again. But if you're new, if this is one of your first time watching my videos, watch how the safeties back here, they just attack immediately. You see like look at 23 for example. Watch 23 because he's the one that actually made the play. At the snap of the ball, he doesn't move back. He stays put. He's waiting to see what happens. Whereas if this was any other coverage, he'd be drifting back right now. He'd be going back to defend deep and taking himself out of the possibility of stopping the run. You see, as soon as he gets the ball, he attacks and he shoots down. Now, if this was a cover 2 or a cover 3, he would be 10 yards further down the field and he wouldn't be here to make this play. Now, 95 still shed his block right here, so he would have made the play. But what a cover 4 does is it gives you more guys in the box to make the play. You have an extra defender here, and he was the first one at the point of the attack. He limited the yards. He actually held him for a loss. So that's going to be pretty much it for this video. Actually, no, I want to cover one more thing really quickly. Almost forgot this, corner routes. Something, you know, I also get asked a lot about is corner routes, and this is going to be very similar to the deep out routes. If you're expecting corner routes, if someone just wants to abuse you with corner routes, you want to run Tampa 2. Why? Because cloud flats are going to do the best job against corner routes every single time. Now, yeah, you may give up the underneath route a little bit. You may give up 3 to 4 yards underneath, but it's always better to give up the 3 to 4 yard route, whereas otherwise you're giving up the 10 to 15 yard route and possibly more. You know, if someone has to go 4 yards down the field on you to score, let them do that. But don't give them the big route every time. So here you'll see we're in a Tampa 2. Going to try to throw the corner out. And again, maybe they dumb out every once in a while because that's the game. But again, you see here, we're going for 6 the other way. This is another one of those examples where if they just try to force the corner out because they're just so used to it being open, and you're in that Tampa 2 coverage, when you do pick it off, you're usually going for 6 the other way. Here, we're going to throw the C route on the other side of the field, which is also a corner route. Now, Brandon Cooks made the catch there. Perfect example. Sometimes the game just dumbs out. But this is the best coverage to stop it consistently. I mean, you're going to see Patrick Robinson here. He's in perfect position to stop this. He is right up on Brandon Cooks, but Brandon Cooks, I mean, look at this. Look what happens here. I mean, you can't have better defense than this, but Brandon Cooks just got a really good animation, and he went up and caught it. Now, if we run it again, will he get that same animation again? Likely not. But yes, it will happen every once in a while. That's just Madden. You know, it's not perfect. Here, we're going to try to throw it. And again, cornerback's all over him. He might have got his feet in bounds there, but the cornerback is all over him. It's your best chance to stop it. It's not a good throw. Your opponent's not going to feel good about throwing this. He might force it. He's not going to feel good about it. And for whatever reason, Brandon Cooks is just dominating right now. And maybe it's because Mills is not a good, maybe he's not a good cornerback, but he's in position every time to make the play. It's just Madden being Madden, and now we're getting block shedded to death. So thanks, EA. Like, I'm just trying to get a pass off here. Every pass rush doesn't have to be a block shed. So yeah, Jalen Mills is just pretty much an idiot right now, and he's like refusing. This is actually aggravating that he's just refusing to defend this, even though he's right in position every time. And there he finally picks it off. But even all those times that Cooks caught it, and again, you're going back for 6 when you pick these type of passes off. But again, even though Cooks was catching it a few times, the DB was in perfect coverage every time. He was just dumbing out. Now, if you have a good cornerback over there, Mills isn't that good of a cornerback on the game. But if you have a 91 zone guy there, it's an interception every time. But even if you have somebody that's, you know, in the high zones, in the 88s, 89, you know, just a decent cornerback over there, he's not going to let him catch that the majority of the time. So it's all about calling the coverages that give you the best chance to succeed. It's not going to work every time because it's a video game, but if you're expecting these type of routes, these are the coverages you can go to give yourself the best chance of shutting them down and getting the ball back for your offense. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, as always, just drop a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.